Welcome to the Mastering the Game podcast. I'm your host, Jermaine Harris. In this episode, I'll be discussing artificial intelligence in video games. Pretty much all of us have had experience with AI in video games, whether you're playing against a computer directly or playing alongside a computer. Some degree of artificial intelligence has played a role in pretty much all video games from the very beginning. Recently, NVIDIA shared their latest demonstration of how AI can be used to generate environments, generate non-playable characters, and also dialogue. While some aspects of their presentation weren't perfect, that example does show the direction that AI seems to be headed. You've likely heard about ChatGPT and other similar AI-focused websites. Personally, I'm pretty excited to see how gaming and the world in general is going to be impacted by ChatGPT and similar software. Of course, we'll need to make sure that the actual people behind the products are being supported. I wouldn't want any artists or writers or actors to be out of work because of something like ChatGPT. However, I hope that we all can learn how to integrate it into our day-to-day lives, because I think it'll be a really great tool to help us produce more things. As of right now, it doesn't seem like ChatGPT could completely replace artists or writers or jobs like that. But I think within the next couple of years, I say for sure within the next 7 years or so, it's going to be a huge issue. Whether it's ChatGPT or something similar, I definitely think we need to figure out how to accommodate artificial intelligence in our regular life, because as we can see now, it's made a big impact even right now, kind of in its infancy, so to speak. It'll be really interesting to see how we could have more games that have more options. For example, a game like Shadow of Mordor has that Nemesis system that did a lot of revolutionary tactics for world building. So a game like that will be really interesting to see how adding in additional artificial intelligence to sort of build out what the characters could do would be really interesting to see. What I would really love is to have more of a generative AI, like world building and environments would be pretty interesting. I think that that'll give artists more space to imagine what details can be added. I know that a lot of games nowadays are super detailed. You can go to, say, Red Dead Redemption 2, for example, and you can even see the nails that people are hammering on the railroad. So I remember seeing that. You can even zoom in. I believe it's on Skyrim, I think. It may also be in Red Dead Redemption 2. At least one of those two. You can zoom in and see ants in the game, which is incredible, you know. So I think that AI can definitely be used to speed up the development for games, or really allow for the development cycle to expand a bit, where if somebody doesn't have to take the time to manually or slightly programmatically generate content, then they'll be able to say, oh, okay, hey, ChatGPT or whatever the name of it's going to be, create this world like this with these parameters. Then the computer's going to do its thing. And then the person can look at it and say, oh, I like this, but change it to look like that. So you will be able to tell the program to make adjustments to itself based off of whatever you're looking at. And what would be even cooler is if the player could do that as well. So if somehow games got to a point where the player could sort of become a developer of the game, that would be cool too. And I think it would probably be limited to things that aren't game breaking. You know, personally speaking, I wouldn't want to play a game where if I'm over here telling the game what to do and I break it and I can't go back, like I wouldn't want to be in that situation, you know. But I think that we're going to be getting to a point where we can integrate AI even as a consumer of a game and not just as a developer. Again, that may take a very long time. I don't think that's going to happen within the next 10 years or so. That may be like a 20 or 30 year thing, if that. But I know that we're on a trajectory for AI to become even bigger than it is right now, because to me, we're really at the infancy of things like ChatGPT, and it's only going to get more integrated from here. I think it can be really good for us as a world to integrate that kind of technology, but we have to be really careful about how we're doing it, because we don't want to end up putting people out of work because some technology has taken all of our jobs. So we'll definitely want to figure out how to work with it rather than work against it, because I think it can really make a big impact on us. Let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are on artificial intelligence. Let me know if you took a look at the NVIDIA demonstration or anything else that you care to share. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Thank you for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed the podcast, consider leaving a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast service. And also be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Unleash Pro Plays, where you can watch our latest gaming videos.